Okay, welcome back. We're doing question 10. So the first thing we see is a graph. This is our parabola, and we're not surprised at all to see x squared. We don't know what p is. So the fact that it's x squared means it's curving the same way as x squared curves. It's got a certain concavity. The p, so we're just going to make a comment or two about this. The q value is the intercept, so we know the q value when we calculate it will be negative, okay, because this is in a negative y-axis, and p is the slope here, and that's a negative slope, so we also know p will be negative, okay. And after that we're just going to sub in the x and the y values, and we'll get two unknowns, and it'll be a simultaneous equation. Let's read it. The graph of the function, I'm going to write it here because this is where my workings is, and I'm going to have to, be interacting and subbing in here. So this is where I want that written. It's really important. Where p and q, absolutely cannot happen. They meant said. Can't happen, can it? P has to be, no, that's another mistake. Anyway, I guarantee you these will be negative. They meant to put Z there. Okay, so now we're getting to point A, which is negative 3/8. That looks fine. So what we're going to do is we're going to sub this in here. So 8 is the y value, and negative 3 is the x value. And of course, when we square it, we get 9. So there's no reason to do extra work. Let's write 9. Of course, when we have negative 3 for x, we end up with negative 3p. And q will always be, q is just a constant, regardless of which point we're using. Okay, we'll tidy that up later. We know it's not tidy in that there's numbers on both sides. Okay, we move over to this one now. So in this one, the x value is 4, that's what we're subbing in, and the value is negative 6. This is this one. So we're going to go negative 6 for the value, for the y value, equals the square of 4, okay, 4p, because 4 goes in front, because it's 4p, plus 4p, and it's plus q. Okay, so let's bring the 9 back here, and then also let's apply the symmetrical property of equals. So we draw a line under the system every time we process it. So we're starting here, but we're writing the variables p and q first, the variable terms. Okay, that's those two written. The 9 goes back over here, so it turns into 8. Take away 9 with transposition here. Change sign, equals minus 1. Now we're here, we're getting 4p plus q. One thing you're going to see about these is you can always let these constants are always ready to cancel. So we won't worry about these being so different. Now I've written that, and I've written that, and I'm transposing, change sign, 16 back, negative 6, negative 16, negative 22. Draw a line under it again. Now we're going to subtract up. That's the same as change this to a plus, change this to a minus, and change this to a plus. But I do find just subtracting a bit tidier and more sophisticated. So if you like, change the signs all the way across here and add, and you'll eliminate. But I'm subtracting 4p, same result, exact same thing we're going to write. 4p subtract negative is positive, so we get 7p. They're gone, and we're getting equals negative 21. So p equals negative 3. I knew it would be. Negative 21 over 7 is 3. See their mistake there then? That should never have been in. It should have been z. That's okay, we knew it was going to be negative. We're there nearly. We just have to sub this in and we'll get a q. Which one do we want to sub it into? It doesn't really matter. Maybe put it in a negative into a negative to make it positive. It doesn't really matter. Okay, so I'm putting that in there. I'm getting 9. Do I need to show you this? I probably do. Negative 3 times the substitution, negative 3, plus q equals negative 1. 9 comes across. It's plus 9 here, it's minus 9 here. Q equals minus 10. So this here is minus 10. And the slope right as it passes is negative 3, like down 3 for every one forward, just as it passes. Okay, negative 10, negative 3, we'll give ourselves 10 out of 10. So they got the right answers, but then, so that clearly that's a mistake up there. I hope it doesn't put you off. I might try and get into it in the morning and correct that. Just say to you, because otherwise you can say, well, I wasn't able to do it, because technically speaking now you could say according to that there's no solution. That's kind of crazy. 10 out of 10. Okay, see you in the next one.